So when it comes to um, people you're inspired by, it's important to be like inspired, but don't be too much of a copycat. Don't be a copycat. Like for example, I'm inspired by Kurt Cobain, and I hear a lot of people on YouTube. I hear their covers of Nirvana songs or whatever, and the problem is like a lot of people they're trying to sound too much like him. They put on that falsetto. They don't sing with their voice. They try and sound too much like Kurt Cobain. Do you know what I mean? They try and get that twang kind of sound in their voice. And it's like, you want to be original. You can be inspired by somebody and that can be seen in your music, but you don't want to be too much of a copycat. You don't want to be a copycat. You want to be original. You want to have your own spin on it, and that's when you put your own spin on it, like just you being original, singing with your own voice instead of trying to sound like somebody you're not, like somebody else. It just sounds better, and it just sounds like nobody wants to hear a copycat. Like you're not going to be better than the original. You're not going to be better at doing. You're not going to be better at being somebody that you're not. Like the person who's best at being who they are is the person who's being who they are. If that makes any sense. Like it really pisses me off and really annoys me when I hear like a Nirvana cover and you got these people trying to dress like Kurt Cobain and um they're doing that. It's fine to do a cover, but you want to be original. You don't want to. I think I've made my point, but it just annoys me when I see people like dressing the same way as Kurt Cobain and singing with the falsetto and you know trying to sound like him. Like it's just like it's just annoying and it's just unoriginal. Um, I scream and I use the same technique, if you want to call it a technique. There's no real technique really to it, but I go about it the same way that Kurt Cobain did, I think anyway. But I don't um, try and sound like him, do you know what I mean? Like it's my own voice. When I scream, I want to sound like me. I don't want to sound like him. I want to be inspired by him, and I want you know that to be obvious to a point, but not to the point where it's just like I'm a complete copycat. Because then it's just like, what's the point? Why be unoriginal? It's such a waste of a life to try and be somebody that you're not. Your gift is being who you are. Do you know what I mean? Like nobody's you, and that's your superpower. Um, so stop trying to sound like somebody that you're not. That's just my tip because it's just really annoying, and nobody wants to hear it honestly. So be original. That's it. All right, bye.